Horse Tales is proudly brought to you by the South Carolina Department of Agriculture. South Carolina, a true leader in the equine industry.
Folks, the old PD Cowboy is like a kid in a candy store. Folks, a little over 4 years ago, me and my daughter Blair was out here, and I think it's our 4th or 5th show. We did this BLM Mustang adoption. Well, folks, I'm back. I never thought I was going to make it for 4 years. And folks, this year we've done a show on the thoroughbred rescue with the inmates, and it was about a show about hope and renewal and a second chance. And today, folks, these Mustangs are hopefully going to receive a second chance. You got some already. We've had some being adopted and everything. And folks, like I said, I'm just like a kid in the candy store. Like right here, number 7892 is a mare over there from Wyoming, 6 years old. A gray right over here, folks. I can just imagine she's 6 years old. She was born in the wild. If I was a little younger and didn't like them marsh tackies, I'd end up with her. And if another that's intriguing is 2795, 2769, a Palomino female horse, Oregon, 3 years old. Can you imagine? This horse was born in the wild, and some of these horses have got the Spanish look. You can see the little mare I was talking about, the short back, sloping croup. But this probably got some quarter horse in it. I call it an albino. Got the pink eyes. Isn't that intriguing? Folks, like I say, Mustangs, iconic of the Westerns. Just when you think about the United States and when we explored, the Mustang comes to mind. So folks, we're going to give you a lot of informative things today. What the BLM is doing here is great. Got a lot of people, like I say, somebody all the way from Delaware getting ready to adopt these. And folks, got a good challenge from a friend of mine about coming and hunting off one of them Mustangs when we follow up on this show. So stay tuned. We're going to horse around. All my life, I've been obsessed with horses. I was curious and wanted to see other people's love for their horses and their stories. I'm David Grant, the PD Cowboy, and along with some incredible horse owners, I want to share the story of horses and the people that have a passion for them. Horse Tales is being brought to you today by Morrell Tire Service. Right on in to see Richard and his fine family of technicians to take care of your automotive needs. By Nationwide, and folks, you know when the PD Cowboy rides, he rides with Nationwide on his side. Kinlaw Supermarket, Fayetteville, North Carolina, featuring a full line of Carolina Fresh 3-pack frozen poultry program.
South Carolina Department of Agriculture is always looking for great people to join our team. Please visit www.jobs.sc.gov for our current opportunities.
South Carolina, it's a matter of taste.
You can't always be there to protect her down the road. Make sure the tires she's riding on will. With the revolutionary Michelin Premier tire, even as it wears down over time, its safety doesn't, thanks to EverGrip technology. The Michelin Premier tire, safe when new, safe when worn.
Carolina and Clemson haven't agreed on much since 1896. It's a healthy multi-sport rivalry. And this year, every head-to-head competition is part of the inaugural certified SC-grown Palmetto Series. So while Gamecocks and Tigers each support their team, we can all support local farmers by purchasing certified SC-grown products. Just look for the certified SC-grown label where you shop and follow your team at palmettoseries.com. It's a matter of taste.
Hey folks, the PD Cowboy rides with a brand. Now my brand of chicken is Carolina Fresh Foods. Carolina Fresh Foods, chicken the way it used to be. Ask for it at your local grocery store. If they don't have Carolina Fresh chicken, call the PD Cowboy and his elite posse of chicken wranglers and we'll get cracking and shoot on down to the ranch and round you some up. Carolina Fresh chicken, simply the most fresh delicious chicken you can buy.
Southern States carefully crafts every bag of Legends horse feed with the highest quality ingredients available. The Legends superior line of specially formulated feeds will help keep your horses happy, healthy, and in peak form. You and your horse have a special bond. To keep that bond everlasting, Legends horse feeds can accommodate every type of nutritional need a horse might have. Legends, redefining what horse feed should be. Visit your local Southern States dealer to see which Legends feed is best for your horse.
Hey folks, right into Cash and Carry, Lumberton, North Carolina for the best chicken in the Carolinas. Chicken, the way it used to be, is back. Carolina Fresh Chicken, simply the most fresh delicious chicken you can buy.
Now here's the South Carolina Horsemen's Council calendar of events.
Welcome back to the show, folks. Eastern Carolina Fairgrounds with the BLM Mustang adoption. Scarlett Frost from out of the adoption center out of Mississippi is here leading the herd, right?
Yes, sir.
Scarlett, what's your responsibility here today?
Well, my responsibility here today is we're trying to get nice homes for these wild Mustangs and burros that we've brought. We've brought 47 head of horses here. Some of them are already adopted off of the internet, and we've had a few pick up at this point in time, and we're just trying to get them adopted a good home.
Well, how long have you been with the BLM?
I've been with the BLM 3 years.
3 years, okay.
Yes, sir.
And so you're out of the Jackson, Mississippi Holding Center. What is that?
Yeah, I'm out of the Jackson, Mississippi Southeastern States District Office.
Right.
And we go over 11 Southeastern states to different adoptions once a month, travel all over.
Now, and a lot of the horses that come in from to Mississippi come from all over the United States. I mean, the Western United States. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. They do. They come from Nevada, Oregon, California, Utah, Wyoming, Oregon.
How many do y'all have at the Mississippi facility?
We don't have any in Mississippi right at this moment.
Okay.
We have a holding facility in Ewan, Illinois.
Okay. Okay.
And that's where some of these horses come from. And that's where we brought them to.
Okay. So you were here about 4 years ago, right?
Yes, sir.
And I thought Marty, how you must pronounce Nuckenberger or whatever?
Nagabar.
Yeah, I said, well, thank God I could pronounce Scarlett Frost. Well, listen, we're going to have a little fun in a little while. We're going to introduce you to your husband. I interviewed him 4 years ago. But just give us an overview about the number of Mustangs in holding pens, if you got those numbers for us, Scarlett.
We have approximately 40,000 in the holding facilities throughout the north or eastern states. And we have about 50,000 out on the range.
Wow. I was on the internet last night and this morning because I can barely turn one on, but it was really really intriguing, and I don't think me and you could really do the justice with the information on it. It's intriguing, starting back from the Wild Horse Annie Act to, I think, in '71, the Burro and Feral Horse Act was passed, right?
Right, sir.
Well, Scarlett, folks, I know they're going to learn more about this. How do they get in touch with you?
Well, all they need to do is go on adoptawildhorse.gov on the internet, and there's all information there, the requirements on how to adopt, how to get a hold of us. We're in the Southeastern States office, and we also have a Northern Nevada Eastern office, and you can contact us that way.
And folks, I'm telling you, if the old cowboy can get on there, but you need to go on there, because I tell you, there's some great stories and information there for book reports and that type stuff for you young people that's watching the show, and I know you are. So you do that. If I can, you can, or you can contact me. Scarlett, see you next time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Folks like Jed Clampett, we got some people that come for a piece. Carol.
Hi.
And Roy Collins from, yeah, all the way from Delaware. You know, down south we can't talk. But I'm glad I caught up with y'all. I know y'all in a hurry to get back to Delaware. What brings you to Florence, South Carolina?
Well, we adopted this horse on the July internet adoption, and this is the third horse that we've got. The first wild horse that we've got, and we're going to take him home and third wild horse that we've got. We're going to take him home, and my son's going to break him out. He uses Clinton Anderson's method, and then all of us will have a horse, and we're just really excited to get another wild horse, give it a good home.
Well, we were small talking earlier. You've got two previous. Tell us a little bit about them.
We adopted a gelding at an adoption facility in Delaware. We got our gelding. Then my son adopted a mare in West Virginia. And he's broke them both out, and my husband rides them every day, and they're just great horses and get along well with everybody and the other horses, and we're really excited.
How long did it kind of, when y'all adopted those two, what was the process before y'all really felt safe on them?
Well, our son, like I said, our son breaks him. He uses Clinton Anderson's method, and there's a ton of groundwork that goes into it. I mean, they just have to be ready and fully broke on the ground, and so that he can do whatever he wants with them.
Take 1, 2, 3 months before you get on him.
Yeah. It'll probably take 2 or 3 months before we feel he's calm enough and safe enough to get on and ride. But I mean, that's it. We'll just work with him every day, probably a couple times a day. This is Saturday. My son will probably have the halter on him Monday night is his plan, and we'll go from there. Once the halter's on him, you know, he'll have all of his ground manners done, and when he feels he's ready, he'll get on him. And the other two we had never bucked, never offered to buck.
Wow.
Just got on and went, and we're really happy. We're excited to get another one.
Well, I got a question. So, what the internet adoption? What brought you here? What made you pick out this little roan horse? What caught your eye?
Well, my son actually was the one. There was another one that I wanted. My son saw him, and he looks at how he moves, or the picture of how he moves, and you know what he looks like. We didn't want one real big, but we didn't want one real small. And he had good legs underneath him, and was strong and carry you forever. So that's pretty much what he decided. He liked him. And the color. And the color. And the color.
We had a little excitement. They said, horse loose, horse loose. I didn't know it was y'all's horse. But you know, she was out, traveled from Mississippi here, and we just kind of give her a little space, and she went right back in there. So I don't think you're going to have much trouble with it. And I'm going to follow up. And folks, if I don't get you back on the show, but I'm definitely going to follow up, so you can follow me on Facebook and my website.
Sure.
We'll definitely get y'all.
Sure.
Thank y'all for your time.
Thank you.
Roy, y'all drive careful. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I'm Preston Henley from Macedonia, South Carolina, and stay tuned for more Horse Tales.
Horse Tales is being brought to you today by King Street Auction Company, the leading auction company in the Southeast. Dillon Meat Center, featuring Carolina Fresh Poultry Products. Ride in and see Douglas and Terry Wayne Jackson today. By the South Carolina Agriculture Department, it's a matter of taste. And by Benton's Horseshoeing, reliable professional hoof care, specializing in maintenance and corrective shoeing. See Larry Benton.
More and more people in South Carolina are turning to pleasure horses and trail riding as one of our most popular activities. From the mountains to the sea and everywhere in between, South Carolina has great places to trail ride.
The South Carolina Horsemen's Council is the voice of the Palmetto Estates equine industry. The South Carolina Horsemen's Council primary purpose is to provide information to the general public, the media and government agency about issues and activities that impact the South Carolina equine community. If you are a horse owner in the state of South Carolina, you need to be a member of the South Carolina Horsemen's Council so we can have a voice about equine issues in our state. For more information, go to schorsecouncil.org.
Farmers are always planning for higher yields, more diversity, expanding opportunities. Nationwide and your local agent want to help your farm last through the generations. As the #1 farm insurer in the country, Nationwide can help you achieve your goals. We stand for you.
Southern States carefully crafts every bag of Legends horse feed with the highest quality ingredients available. The Legends superior line of specially formulated feeds will help keep your horses happy, healthy, and in peak form. You and your horse have a special bond. To keep that bond everlasting, Legends horse feeds can accommodate every type of nutritional need a horse might have. Legends, redefining what horse feed should be. Visit your local Southern States dealer to see which Legends feed is best for your horse.
You can't always be there to protect her down the road. Make sure the tires she's riding on will. With the revolutionary Michelin Premier Tire, even as it wears down over time, its safety doesn't, thanks to EverGrip technology. The Michelin Premier Tire, safe when new, safe when worn.
Folks, I know the good Lord told me to come out here on Friday morning, and I've run up on Carl Grantham. Folks, some people have to die to become a legend like Dale Earnhardt, but Carl's a living legend. I've known him a long time. Matter of fact, his brother, Davey, gave me my first dogs, got me a hog hunting. But Carl, I'll talk all day. What's got you in Florence this morning?
Mustangs. Get a Mustang to ride, and Got two, I think, gonna be all right.
Well, you riding a Mustang now, some, right?
Yeah. I've been riding them for last 6 years. What I've been riding them in the woods. You can't beat them.
Well, Carl, so where did the one you got now come from? Did he come from an adoption center? How'd you end up with him?
This one here come from the one I'm riding right now. Come out of Orlando. That come out of a mare. That come from had the mare. They adopted the mare, and then they had the colt, and I got him. Come from Mr. Tommy Locklear.
Yeah. What makes a Mustang so good in the woods? Why you enjoy him so much?
He just more sure-footed. Got a lot of stamina to him, and you can pack hogs on the drag. Once you get them broke out, they seem to be real calm, you know. And go through mud. That one I got, I don't think a duck can follow him. I mean, he's good in the mud.
Well, folks, I've, like I say, when I first started hog hunting and got introduced to hunting off horseback, like I say, Carl is a legend, and I'm not being serious about it. Him, friend of his, Jay Joy, kind of took me under the wing. But I've seen a picture of Carl. Remember when you bogged that horse down, y'all went back to Louisiana, right?
Yeah.
And that was a quarter horse, so would a Mustang have done that? Probably so, right?
He'd probably bogged down too. Yeah. That was a bad hole.
Well, listen, I was tickled to see you here. What made you choose these two, Carl? And what did you adopt?
I look at the eye and
what were you looking for in that eye?
Just like a kind eye. He ain't got a lot of white and stuff in it. Just see how his eye? He just got a kind eye, and the big bones and the feet, black feet. Yeah. I like a black-footed horse, and just a big bone structure.
Now these horses are what, about 3? Is that what I said?
He's 4 years old.
Okay. So when you get, they went pretty easy. They standing pretty quiet. So when you get home.
When I get home, I'll back up to the lot, turn them loose in the lot, and let them get settled down there, and then I'll start messing with them 10, 15 minutes a day, and then get off of them. You know, just mess with them till I can get them where I can start handling them. And my experience with them, it usually takes about a week or so, and they'll kind of click, and once they click, you can start working with him. Until then, you know, he'll ricochet off the pin and everything else.
Well, you see right there.
Yeah, they'll come around.
Did you check how long had these been in captivity, Carl? Did you check that?
I didn't even look at it, David, to be honest with you.
Yeah, with the way they acted and stuff. Well, I'm gonna tell you, I talked to you on the phone the other day. We was talking, you was telling me about, folks, we can't get into that. Carl had quite an experience going across the river to get some of his dogs and stuff like that. And I was trying to bum an invite because he knows everybody and got the best place in the world to hunt. So tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna kind of reel you in on this, Carl. So when you get these good and going, I'm gonna invite myself to go hog hunting with you, and we're gonna do a follow-up show. Is that a deal?
Well, I'll tell you what. You ride one, I'll ride one.
That sounds like a challenge, don't it, folks? Carl, brother, you got a deal there.
All right.
Thank you, Carl. And folks, for your tack tip of the week, 2 things you might not think you'll have in your possible bag or your saddle bag. Flagging. Folks, you know, things happen on the trail, accidents or whatever. All of you should be carrying a cell phone. And if you have, so EMS needs to come to you can run out, put the flagging up there, and they can see you a lot quicker. And also, folks, hazards on the trail. If you see something, be courteous to the person coming behind you. Stop, put that flagging on there, and the person behind you know it. And also, folks, never know when there's going to be a mess on the trail. If you happen to get behind, you got some wipes in there. Folks, I am the PD Cowboy, and I endorse and use this tack tip. Folks, joining now is Kerry Frost.
Yes, sir.
Scarlett's better half, is that right?
My partner.
There you go. Well, listen, we were talking, and this little horse here's got a little story about him. Tell me about it.
Yeah, the BLM is in kind of a partnership with the Mustang Heritage Foundation. And they have what they call the Extreme Mustang Makeover. And what it is, it's designed to take the older horses, 5 and 6 year olds, and they have trainers that take these horses and they compete after they've had them for 100 days. And for some reason, I don't know why, the people that pick this horse up to compete with, they decided not to, or whatever the case is. But anyway, here he is. He's a 6-year-old, big, stout, nice colt. I don't know how much work they've done with the horse. I just know that we got him back.
He's like I say, if I wasn't sold on my little Marsh Tackies and a younger man, I believe I could take him on and do something. Where is he from? Do you know?
I think, you know, I don't know. I don't want to say because I don't know for sure.
Well, he's a nice looking animal, isn't he?
Yeah, big, stout, nice bone to him, good feet. I mean, as you can see, they've apparently done some work with him because he's not too concerned with me being in here with him.
Well, we were talking about, I'm going to tell the folks Paul Harvey Rester's story. I'm tickled that you made it back. Interviewed you about 4 years ago, about 4th or 5th show, and you know your horses. And I was small talking with you and Scarlett, didn't know y'all's husband and wife. So I'm going to ask you to repeat this. Tell me about the little horse you found, the story. I tell you, it's worth repeating.
Well, I worked at the Palomino Valley Wild Horse Facility out of Reno, Nevada for 19 years, almost 20 years. And they done a gather of Northern California, and this little gray horse, little yearling or 2-year-old gray horse come in. I mean, he was a nice colt.
You picked him right out, didn't you?
Well, yeah. And he was all haired up, you know, winter time, and so I decided to take him, and I pulled him off and put him up in a pen, and then it comes Christmas time, I brought my wife out, and I says, well, there's your Christmas present. She looked at me, what are you talking about? And I pointed to this little gray horse, and I says, that's your Christmas present. And so anyway, she says, oh, cool, you know. And then come springtime, I took him over to my pens, and I started working him, and of course his hair had all shedded off and everything, and lo and behold, he had a big old hip brand on his left hip, and I mean, he was a well-papered horse, and he had escaped from the rancher that had him, and they come and picked him up. They paid the trespass fine and come picked him up, and they was a little upset because he had that mark on his neck and he didn't have his family jewel still, because they was planning on using him as one of their stud horses. But you know, that's the way it goes sometimes, man.
Well, folks, I'm telling you, that's what makes this so intriguing, and the Mustangs so special. Just think of all the Mustangs out there. There's more stories like that.
Oh, Lord.
Man, thank you.
You betcha.
Stay tuned for more Horse Tales.
Horse Tales is being brought to you today by Carolina Fresh Foods. Folks, we are Fresh Delicious. Equestrian Images, making memories together. By the South Carolina Horsemen's Council, the voice of the horse in South Carolina. By Sturkey's Feed and Tack for all your tack and feed needs in the PD. By Greg Landon Timber. Hey folks, the PD Cowboy rides with a brand. Now my brand of chicken is Carolina Fresh Foods. Carolina Fresh Foods, chicken the way it used to be. Ask for it at your local grocery store. If they don't have Carolina Fresh chicken, call the PD Cowboy and his elite posse of chicken wranglers, and we'll get cracking and shoot on down to the ranch and round you some up. Carolina Fresh Chicken, simply the most fresh, delicious chicken you can buy. The South Carolina Horsemen's Council is the voice of the Palmetto State's equine industry. The South Carolina Horsemen's Council primary purpose is to provide information to the general public, the media and government agencies about issues and activities that impact the South Carolina equine community. If you are a horse owner in the state of South Carolina, you need to be a member of the South Carolina Horsemen's Council so we can have a voice about equine issues in our state. For more information, go to schorsecouncil.org.
There's a certain pride knowing our food comes from a place we love, home. And when you consider all that South Carolina has to offer, you don't have to go too far to find great tasting food. So the next time you gather around a table, choose certified South Carolina grown. It's a matter of taste.
Folks, the PD Cowboy rides for the brand, and my brand is Carolina Fresh Foods. We have a new product out on the range. So ride on into your local Piggly Wiggly or other fine retailer and ask for Carolina Fresh Premium Leg Quarter. And folks, if they don't have one in the corral, tell them to get cracking and call the old PD Cowboy and his elite posse of chicken wranglers. Carolina Fresh Foods, the name says it all. We are Fresh Delicious.
Members of the South Carolina Specialty Food Association have a variety of products that are sure to be a hit at your kitchen table. Support our local artisans and savor South Carolina.
South Carolina, it's a matter of taste.
Now here's the South Carolina Horsemen's Council calendar of events.
Folks, welcome back to the show. Me and Scarlett's going to be not horsing around, but burring around. One thing before I forget, tell the folks and me, explain the freeze band. It's alpha angle numbers or something?
Yes, sir, and what that entails is when they were born, what district they come out of, and the last 4 digits, if you can see on the tag there, that's the last 4 letters, and that identifies the animal, the burro, so we can keep track of them.
Well, where do most of these burros come from?
Well, all these burros that we have here today are from California, but we do have burros in Arizona and also Utah. But a lot of them are in Arizona and California.
Wow, okay, so these can be used for what? Protection or for cow?
A lot of people get these burros for, put them out with their cattle. They have dog problems. Coyotes, and what the burros do is protect the young calves, and they'll kill the coyotes.
Cool. Well, I've been looking for one to haul my pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, Scarlett. So tell the folks, how about the shoulder striping? The little Morse tackies that I have, they got shoulder striping and the leg striping. Tell us about that.
A lot of these burros with this shoulder striping that looks like a cross on they call them Jesus burros.
Call them what?
Jesus burros.
Oh, cool, okay.
And they really like them because of the cross on there. As you can see right now, they're pretty skittish, and they're just scared. They haven't been around humans. But once you get around them, get scratching on them, they're a piece of cake. You do have to be careful when you're in with them because they are very accurate. They are accurate with their kick, and they will nail you.
Well, I'm very hard of hearing, so maybe I need to take one of these home and teach him to sit at the table so he's going to answer my wife, because she calls me a bad name, what we call the burros sometime.
Well, be careful with that, how you do that, but a lot of people do just get them for pets or just because they have a burro.
That was very informative. That's why I'm on this side of the fence and not side of the fence about the kicking. Well, we covered the burros right there, and I really want to know that, especially about the neck name and stuff like that. If folks want to find out more, how do they get in touch with you?
All they need to do is go on the internet, adoptawildhorse.gov, and they'll find all the schedules for 2016, and it'll give them all the information that they need.
Folks, I hope you enjoyed this morning's show as much as I did. Like I said, kid in the candy store. When I grew up, I'd go in that old hardware store and look at those saddles and bridles, and today, folks, I just kind of reverted back. It was great. Folks, the BLM, they need some help. Real easy, go on the internet and find out about it. I'm getting ready to go back in with my camera, put some things on the internet. I saw some that really would make good use in horses. So folks, I really believe in this. I believe in second chances in life. The old cowboys here got plenty of them. So folks, until next week, keep your reins low and your hands quiet, and God bless this great country of ours.